everybody, yes, we did a little switch up because I think I explained it already in another footage, but I was just so frustrated yesterday and I just couldn't get anything done. So I wanted to just finish the explanation part, our commentary. I wanted to do that on like a new fresh day because it's the most important part, I feel. Let's get right into it. I think the question for this chapter we have is where do these bad habits and thought patterns come from? And I feel like it's important to know that these habits and thought processes come from our childhood and upbringing. Although your parents may not have raised you exactly the same as their parents did, our beliefs and our truths for our personal lives and how we view the world is still passed on through generations subconsciously, and we're going to get onto that a little bit more. She does a great job at explaining it in the book, but we're just going to dive a little bit deeper in layman's terms so that we can understand it more. One of the quotes that really do stick out in this whole entire chapter for me personally is, excuse my language, "It's not your fault you're fucked up, but it's your fault if you stay fucked up." So I feel like that's really important. It speaks for itself. If you know that there's an issue and you don't work on it, then it's like you cannot, at that point, you can't blame anybody. Basically, when you were born, you had no ideas about what life was like. And if you see me looking down, I'm looking down at my notes. But when you were born, you really had no idea about what life was like. You just existed. Your parents and society is what really helped shape your beliefs. And those beliefs don't necessarily have anything to do with us personally and what we truly believe. Those are things like she said in the book, like, oh, hair is not supposed to be there, or hair is not supposed to grow there, or being gay is a sin, or things like that. Those morals or beliefs get passed down generations, right? So your conscious mind and your subconscious mind, she talks about that also as well. Your conscious mind is the part that's very analytical. It makes all your decisions. It is the part that does math. It understands why things are the way they are. It wants to know how things work the way they work. An example would be going on Amazon and buying a shirt. Your conscious mind is saying, oh, I like this shirt because it's cheaper than the rest of them and it looks like it's good quality and it's warm. It'll fit all my needs that I want, right? And your subconscious mind would have the urge to go get a very sparkly, glamorous shirt, you know, or a shirt with a better design on it, or a shirt with the logo on it, because you just feel like that somehow will make you feel better, or, you know, it's a feeling. It's connected with those impulses and instincts. And this is also on the flip side as well. If you were to be looking for a shirt and say this is a more insecure person, they would probably want a shirt that they like, which is the one that is warm and cheap and comfortable, but then they also come in with that subconscious thought of, oh, well, do you think it'll cover my arms enough? Because I have these arms, I don't want anybody to see my arms. Or will it cover my chest because I have a really hairy chest and it's really embarrassing, you know? Or will it cover my cleavage because I don't want anyone to think I'm a slut? And it'll cause you to make that decision to buy one of those more conservative tops or clothings when you want the sparkly one, or you want to be out there, when you want to look bomb in your shirt. It has two flip sides to it, and this chapter talks about the negative one. It's important to also know that the subconscious mind believes everything because it has no filter. Subconscious mind is fully intact and fully matured as soon as you're born, whereas the conscious mind develops and matures fully during puberty. And I want to highlight that because it's important to understand as well that the conscious mind will take everything, believe it, grab onto it, and hold on to it forever. Like, forever, right? Until things are proven otherwise. If you're a young child and you're growing up and your parents are always fussing about money in the house, that's the biggest thing, that's the biggest issue. It causes all of the fights. It's the reason why your family aren't close and why you don't spend time with your family. That's what you'll think, is that money is the reason why I have all the strife and hardship in my life. It's money's fault. when in reality, it's much more complicated than that. But your subconscious as a child will see that and take it as money's the issue. And she also put some explanations as well when we read before yesterday. The subconscious mind is really the one who's running the show. The conscious mind thinks it's in control. The subconscious mind doesn't think and is in control. So your subconscious mind is the blueprint to how you live your life and your perception of the life you have. If your subconscious mind is saying things that are the opposite or contrary to the life you want to create, it'll never happen. If you want to be rich and you want to be famous, you want to have these cars, you want to have a luxury life, but your subconscious mind is saying, but do I deserve that? Isn't money the root of all evil? Isn't getting close to people dangerous because they can hurt you? That's if your subconscious mind is saying all those things, that life you want to create will never happen because you're constantly telling yourself that it's not happening. It won't happen. It won't happen. No matter how much you say it will or want it, it'll never happen. I think that chapter 1 introduces us to the idea of these two different processes when it comes up to thinking, so that later on in the book, which we're gonna do, it's gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna be fun, but later on in the book we're gonna do the work that it requires to fix all of what we're talking about in chapter 1, right? So if you don't know what the issue is, if you don't realize that there's a problem with your subconscious thoughts, you won't be able to identify them, to debunk them. And I just want to say this from jump before we even get down into the other chapters of the book, that once you drag out all of those beliefs that you have in your mind that are subconscious, you lay them out and you look at them, and that's when you do the work and you say, that's not true, that's not true. That's not true. I won't be successful. I won't be confident. I get to hide behind insecurity. I get to hide behind perfection. You see, all those 4 things is when you say, no, I don't get to hide behind perfection. What I do is great and I'm good at what I'm doing. I'm talented. You know, I trust people. I do trust people. I want to have fun. I want to laugh. I am funny, things like that. So once you know exactly what the problem is, you can go ahead and fight them and go against them. That is a constant thing that doesn't stop. It has to happen until you reach a place where you don't have to always fight and tell yourself, that's not true, that's not true, that's not true, because those subconscious thoughts will start to go away. As you start to create the life you want, the subconscious thoughts will start to go away. And you'll start to realize that everything I thought at my lowest times, or at a time where I was unimpressed with my life, is definitely not true, because look where I'm at today. We're just going to do a quick little recap, okay? And that is, where do these thoughts come from? They come from our childhood. They come from our upbringing, okay? They're instilled in us through our conscious minds and our subconscious minds. And our subconscious minds need to be in alignment with the life we want to create in our personal beliefs. And I mean our personal beliefs. I mean what we believe, not what your parents told you to believe. We have to identify and know what the problem is in order to fight back and debunk those issues. That was chapter 1 of You're a Badass. I really like this chapter. I like this chapter. It gets me excited. Every chapter is really good, but that chapter 1 is really like, okay, well, what you're saying clicks with me. It clicks. It makes sense. I hope it clicked with you. If you have any thoughts or anything that came to you that I didn't mention, or a different perspective, please comment down below. I would love to hear it. And yeah, thank you. This is episode 2 now. It's episode 2, chapter 1. And I'm very excited about where this is going, and I think that we'll have a really fun time. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Until next time, bye.